How to spot psychological
It's really important for us
abuse.
to understand this because, like I said, I know me personally, if I had known these things about how men were thinking, how they were interacting, the part they play in the circumstances of the women that they are categorizing as this or that or the other, I would have chosen to opt out of interacting with them altogether. And that's just me. That had I known a lot of this stuff, I would not have been interacting with them and that they wouldn't have had the access to me that they had. I was moving forward in a belief system that we were interacting as equals, or at the very least, no ill intent, no malice, no danger. But I'm seeing more and more as we're speaking that there is an inherent danger of interacting with these men, psychological danger. Not necessarily physical, but physical for a lot. It is physical for a lot of people. I say that I have never experienced domestic violence as far as being smacked around. That being said, though, even during that time, I remember being in situations with one person in particular where I had a really keen, clear thought process of if I react this way or if I don't do this, this person will hit me. One time I was staying with someone or staying the weekend with them, and they actually like just kind of dropped me off at their house and left me there for the weekend. So I remember sitting there that whole weekend and just kind of just thinking, just taking that time to myself, because at that time I lived with my grandmom, and so I kind of took the opportunity to have some time alone. And I remember distinctly thinking to myself, if I let this person get away with this, eventually he will hit me. If I send the message that I'm okay with this by not enacting some kind of, consequences for this, he will hit me. I remember thinking it. And then, years later, finding out that that person had been hitting other women, before me and after me, but they never hit me. And I know it's not because I'm special. I feel like because I have that ability to kind of sense things to a degree where the energy I omit, I may not get it clearly. I may not have it like a firm grasp on it, but I have it enough to be, if you ever watch like those, like National Geographic or something, and you see the animals and they can't see the predator, but maybe they can sense and they go up and they're looking. I had that going on. And Tiffany said, you're paying attention. Yes, I was paying attention, but not even just paying attention. I was sensing. I was sensing the danger, even though I couldn't see it. You get one, because outwardly you don't see it. You feel it. Because we can't conceptualize it against what we're viewing with our eyes and with our other senses, because it's more like a sixth sense. Because we couldn't conceptualize it, we just kind of go, Not even just that. I've spoken before about, how I wrote in my book about figuring out why, amidst all the discomfort I was feeling, amidst all the disappointment I was experiencing, amidst all of the confusion and the pain and the embarrassment and the exploitation and all of that, how it was, why I was so apt to continue dealing with it. And it was because I had a desire that was way more clear than these other things that I was sensing. They talk about, how do you allow yourself to be abused? It's not something that happens right away. Like somebody doesn't just walk up to you and slap you in the face. You know what I mean? And we have all these societal norms that kind of make some of those first steps towards abuse normal. And even like when we watch those movies where people have this love-hate relationship, the guy and the girl have this love-hate relationship where they're always coming at each other or whatever, and it's really catty, but then eventually they get together. You know what I mean? Yes, the frog in the boiling water. Exactly. They don't put you in the hot pot yet. You're just kind of there. And like I said, unfortunately, when it comes to a single mother specifically, by the time the pot is hot enough to be burning you, you're already invested. Your babies are, you know what I mean? So you have all this other stuff you're contending with. You're trying to avoid being the stigma. You're trying to not be bitter. You're trying to think of the children and not yourself and not deprive them of their father. There's a whole much stuff that is there. And like I always said, we're going like fruit ninja that we're fighting against that we can't even see. We can just kind of feel, and it's draining on us. It's draining on our mind. It's draining on our energy. It's draining on our psyche. So we're not at 100% to be able to be making the best decisions, to be able to be making informed decisions based off of, objective reality, to be able to have the clarity that we need to move forward in the best way for our situation, to even be able to contend and grapple with what our situation actually is.